Okay, so I was just talking about Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. Studied her book over and over and over again, still use it today as a reference. The one thing that she always works with her clients on is loving myself. She puts together this actual exercise for you to do, and it's called mirror work. Say you have a 2-year-old, 2 or 3-year-old comes in on a Saturday morning, wakes you up and is all excited to see you. And are you going to get angry with them? Are you going to be upset with them and push them away because they have goat breath? No, you're going to gather them in your arms and you're going to love on them and you're going to tickle them and you're going to go watch cartoons and have cereal or whatever. Why do we treat ourselves any different than that? When we get up in the morning and we see ourselves in that mirror, what are we saying to ourselves? So what I did when I first learned about this is I was like, okay, I'm going to schedule every single morning, 15 minutes. I'm going to go into the mirror and I'm going to stand there and look at myself and tell myself, I love you. I love you, Kathi. The next morning I woke up, I get over there to the mirror and I look at it and I'm just critical, judgmental. I could not look at myself and hold my gaze and say, I love you, Kathi. I could not do it. And I practiced that daily, every single morning. And I was getting so frustrated with myself because I could not hold my gaze. In my mind, my self-talk was, you're a piece of shit. You don't know what you're saying. You don't really love yourself. You know you hate yourself. You're fat and you're ugly and you can't do anything right. Just all the horrible self-talk that I had learned. I was programmed with that. Probably 3.5 months of doing this every single day. I didn't take a day off. And then one day I held my gaze and I said, I love you, Kathi. And then the next second I couldn't hang on to it. But I actually held my gaze after 3.5 months of doing this. And it was a huge step forward. I was like, yay, I did it. I achieved this. And then I realized though that my self-talk, even though I held my gaze, my self-talk was still that negative ninny nonsense. And even though I recognized this, changing it was really, really tough. And so I continued to do this mirror work and it was another maybe 3-4 months. And one time when I held my gaze, I had this little glimmer of like, you really do love yourself. Like there was a little spark. And I was so excited that morning. I remember writing in my journal, like, I'm so excited because I held my gaze and I actually felt it this time. There's a difference between saying something and letting it settle into our bones and really feeling it in our gut, in our core. And then I continued doing this every single morning for many more months. And this was years ago. I mean, I'm talking 15-20 years has gone by since I really started these practices. So a week ago, I was looking in the mirror before going to bed and I was looking at myself and brushing my teeth and I just happened to catch a glimpse of the little crow's feet. I just turned 56 and so I have little crow's feet right here. I caught a glimpse and then I happened to become aware of my self-talk. It wasn't critical, it wasn't judgmental, it was like, hey, those are kind of cool, I'm kind of liking that. And then I was like, you know what? I've been on this planet 55 years. I've had an amazing time of life here and I'm so excited for all the many more years that I have to come. Anyway, that was one story I wanted to share, was the mirror work.